When I first heard about Aguascalientes, I really wasn't convinced that it would be a place I'd enjoy. I had my doubts. Images popped into my head of it not being the best place, and I pictured it as a small town with nothing much to offer. And I honestly wasn't excited at all, but I was wrong. Today I want to share with you why Aguascalientes has become one of my favorite places ever. I remember telling a friend that I was heading to Aguascalientes, and they just said, "Why would you want to go there?" I was starting to wonder if I had made a mistake, but little did I know this city had some surprises for me. When I was preparing for my trip to Aguascalientes, I had so many doubts swirling in my mind. I didn't even know my family there very well, and it felt a little bit overwhelming at first. And I kept thinking that my Spanish skills were not good at all and that it was going to be bad. My experience with the flight was quite disappointing. The booking process was taking forever, and I had to pay unexpected fees. And on departure day, they had to like reverse it an hour, or how do you say that? I had to wait an hour more. So it was starting off very rocky. On board, there was cramped seating. This was like my first time ever going on a plane, and I just thought it was really small. And it was very underwhelming. By the time I arrived in Aguascalientes, I was exhausted, tired, disappointed, and I wasn't ready to meet them. But when I arrived to their house, I was nervous about how we would connect. But as the days went by, I started to feel more comfortable. I got to know my grandma, my grandpa, and my cousins all for the first time. And everyone was so warm and welcoming. It felt like I was part of a big, loving family, even with my rusty Spanish. We shared stories and laughs, and I really began to appreciate each person's unique personality. Before I knew it, I'd spent quality time with everyone, and it felt great to know them better. Soon it was time to visit some local spots and explore the city. I was ready for the adventure, and I was very curious about what would come. I started to feel comfortable, and one of the most unforgettable journeys was the town of Calvillo. It had vibrant surroundings that really pulled you in, and they had shops, and it was very pretty. Everything is packed with flavor, and I couldn't get enough of the food. It was all very delicious. One of my favorite parts of the trip was checking on the ranch. The ranch had these horses where we would ride. And we also had to take the cattle, my family's cattle, and take them to another ranch, which was a very fun walk. And another highlight was visiting Cristo Roto, which is a big saint placed in this church. And it just gave me a very powerful sense of the Catholic community that is over there in Mexico. And I realized I had a change of heart. There are just so many reasons that come to mind. For starters, there's this wonderful realization I had, and it truly felt like my happy place. Whether it was its vibrant culture, the warm weather, or just the overall vibe, it all resonated with me, and it was one of the major reasons why I was in love with Mexico. Aguascalientes, Mexico. There's something comforting about sharing a meal with friends and family, not just a small family that I have here. And they always give you a helping hand, always ready to share a laugh with you, which is something big that I love over there. I've really come to appreciate Aguascalientes for a number of reasons, and it's funny how my perspectives have changed. But once it felt unexciting, it transformed into a place that I genuinely like.